English lesson. Describe an English lesson that you enjoyed. You should say when it was, where it was, what you did, what your teacher did, why it was special.
Welcome to me_IELTS Fluency. You're not just here to watch, you're here to participate. Feel free to share your own sample answers in the comments section and exchange ideas with others. Let's learn and grow together.
I'd like to share with you one of the most memorable and enjoyable English lessons I've ever had. It took place during one of our long IELTS preparation classes. Everyone has probably experienced those days when a class feels endless and draining, where your mind starts to wander and staying focused becomes a struggle. But what made this particular lesson stand out was how our teacher cleverly and creatively transformed our low energy into excitement and laughter. It happened a few months ago at a language institute where I was enrolled in an intensive IELTS course. The class was long, almost 3 hours, and we were all clearly exhausted halfway through. Our teacher, noticing how tired and disengaged we had become, decided to do something fun and unexpected to lift our spirits. Instead of continuing with the next grammar point, she suddenly announced that we were going to have a word game competition. She quickly divided us into 2 teams and explained the rules, which were simple but surprisingly challenging. One student would say an English word, and the next person had to come up with a new word that started with the last letter of the previous word. For example, if someone said apple, the next person had to say a word beginning with E, like elephant. It turned into a lively and fast-paced chain reaction of vocabulary. What made it even more fun was that some students started inventing completely made-up words when they hit a wall. These nonsense words had no real meaning, but they were so unexpected and hilarious that the whole class would burst into laughter. For a moment, we weren't students in a stressful prep class. We were just a group of people having fun with language. The activity sparked so much joy and energy that we completely forgot how tired we had been. It wasn't just entertaining. It also helped us think quickly in English and remember new vocabulary in a playful way. After the game ended, the atmosphere had completely changed. We all felt re-energized and much more willing to participate. The teacher smoothly transitioned into the next topic, and everyone was more engaged and attentive than before. It showed me how a great teacher can turn a dead moment into a golden opportunity. This lesson stood out not only because it broke the routine, but also because it reminded me that language learning doesn't always have to be rigid or serious. Sometimes, a bit of creativity, humor, and human connection can turn an ordinary moment into something unforgettable. Phrases and idiomatic expressions. Memorable and enjoyable. Something that is both easy to remember and pleasant to experience, feels endless and draining, feels like it will never end and uses up all your energy. Your mind starts to wander. You lose focus, or stop paying attention, because you're tired or bored. Stand out. To be noticeably better, different, or more interesting than others. Lift our spirits. To make someone feel happier or more cheerful. Divided us into 2 teams. Formed 2 groups for an activity or competition. Turned into a lively and fast-paced chain reaction. Became an energetic sequence of events, each triggering the next quickly. Hit a wall. To reach a point where you can't continue or think of what to do next. Burst into laughter. To suddenly start laughing loudly. Sparked so much joy and energy. Created a sudden and powerful feeling of happiness and liveliness. Completely forgot how tired we had been. became so involved and happy that fatigue was no longer felt or noticed in a playful way. Done in a fun, light-hearted, and enjoyable manner. The atmosphere had completely changed. The mood or feeling in the room became very different, usually more positive. Smoothly transitioned into the next topic. Moved from one subject to another without confusion or interruption. More engaged and attentive, paying more attention and participating more actively. A great teacher can turn a dead moment into a golden opportunity. A good teacher can transform a dull or difficult time into something positive and valuable. Broke the routine. Did something different from the usual schedule or structure. Doesn't always have to be rigid or serious. Doesn't need to follow strict rules or be overly formal all the time. A bit of creativity, humor, and human connection, adding some imagination, fun, and emotional bonding. Turn an ordinary moment into something unforgettable. Make a simple or normal experience very memorable and meaningful.
Preparing these sample answers takes a lot of time, but your support keeps me going. If you find my content helpful, please subscribe, share it with your friends, and connect with me through these links. I've also added them in the video description. Your encouragement means everything to me.